you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I have my morning cup of coffee here in my coffee with Gino cup. My Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's powder form, coffee, cream, and sugar all in one in this sachet. You just put it in your cup, add hot water, and you're good to go. Good to go. Let me just make sure that I'm online here. All right, let me see here. I always start with the weather. That's what I always start with. On the windy app, I do not see any low pressure area, no storm, no typhoon of any kind in the Philippine area of responsibility. The PAR, they call that PAR here. It's been clear for like the past week. We haven't had a typhoon here since the last one was Wilma, Typhoon Wilma in 2025. That was like the number, I think 23, 24 typhoon in 2025. So far, no typhoon of any kind for 2026. But it's raining. It's been raining all day yesterday, raining again this morning, cloudy. I'm not going to see a sunrise this morning, that's for sure. Visayas, Palawan, Cagayan Valley, Northern Luzon, Metro Manila, the rest of Mindanao, everywhere pretty much same type of weather, cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms. So it doesn't matter where you are in the Philippines right now, you're going to see some rain today. Some places heavier rain than normal, like it says here, possible flash floods or landslide due to heavy rain. And we've had a lot of flooding actually here in Aklan province. I saw it firsthand when I was picking up my good friend Joel in Boracay Airport going home to Calibo. It was just like flooded pretty much Ibahay, Nabas, I mean all the way to Calibo. And they even have flooding, in Calibo. Hey James and Karen's Adventure. Hey man, good morning. I'm just getting started with my live stream, James. I think I'm gonna go back till my 7:30 will be my start time now because Liana, she'll be back to school tomorrow. So I had to take her to church this morning. Mom is still in Katiklan, so I took her to church this morning and then picked her up this morning also. Beluz, hey, good morning, brother, from Leyte. All right. I'm sure it's raining there too, all right, Beluz? I'm sure it's raining there too in Leyte. You guys get more rain than us here in Western Visayas. Hey, Bill Meyer, prayers, Bill Meyer. I'm hating this rain. I know, James, you can go out on your motorbike. I know, man. I know how much you like to be on the motorbike. I know you missed Libacao. I know you mentioned that, man. You're ready to go to Libacao again, man. We have rain. I know. I didn't even. I knew you were gonna have rain this morning, my brother. Because if I'm getting rain here, Beluz is getting rain in Leyte. They get more rain. In Leyte than us here in Western Visayas. We are planning to go meet a young couple near Malay today. Oh wow! All right. People are also contacting me, James. I think I'll end up. We're gonna be meeting up with people too this coming week. But right now, I'm just focused on getting Leanna ready for school tomorrow. Back to school for Leanna. John V. Hey, John V. Sergino, good morning. The alien logo. I love that. The alien logo, right, John V. Fortune, good AM, Gino, fam, and the Panay Posse. All right, Fortune, good morning, good AM, James and Karen, Belus, Bill, John V. Yo, Tim, my good friend in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. All right. Good morning, everyone, from James and James and Karen's Adventure. I know James hates this rain because he can't go out on his motorbike because it's hard when you're riding a motorbike when it starts downpouring here. You know, it's like hard to you'll end up pulling on the side of the road. Sometimes there's water on the highway even. Like even going to Calibo, if I'm going to Calibo today, if it's a downpour, like Tigayon area, Estancia of Calibo, there's always seem to be water in there now. It never used to be like that. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it has to do with the drainage. It's got to be because we got the Aklan River, you know, we got a giant river where all the water can flow, but getting the water from the street to like Aklan River is a problem. It's usually drainage issues in Calibo. Lowell, kumusta? Mabuti ako kapatid, mabuti Lowell, mabuhay. God bless my brother, God bless my brother. You got rain, I know man, it seemed like 2026 started off with all this rain. I mean, we're day 4 already, and it's still raining here. Hopefully it will stop because you know Ati-Atihan is like in a week's time here is at the start of Ati-Atihan. You know, we need some sunshine for Ati-Atihan. The festival in Calibo. Actually, the festival, there's already areas where Ati-Atihan had started. Like most people think that Ati-Atihan is only in Calibo. Ati-Atihan is the whole province of Aklan. I know Lezo, the neighboring town here from us, Numancia, they start their Ati-Atihan before Calibo. So I think today is supposed to be their fiesta in Lezo. So they have Ati-Atihan in Lezo. And I know Makato, the next town where the fish farm is, their Ati-Atihan starts before Calibo. So with all this rain though, it kind of ruins the fun sometimes, you know, because you know it's hard to be dancing all those drums in the rain, you know. It's like but hopefully we start getting some sunshine here in Western Visayas. Pretty unusual actually. Oh, my dog wants to go out. Hold on, I gotta let Totoy out. Hi, Totoy. Totoy always just stands by the door when she wants to go outside. Good morning, everyone, from Bizwax, my good friend in Davao. All right, Bizwax. Belus, AM, Master Fortune, James and Karen, Lowell, Tim and John and all right, Lowell, Morning Fortune, and I signed up for Viber. Oh, Viber, yeah. Fortune had mentioned that to Lowell. That's what you know, Filipinos used to. I think I had Viber at one time, but I switched to WhatsApp because I figured, you know, most of the foreigners were using WhatsApp in the US and Canada, so I switched to WhatsApp. But I did use Viber at one time. All right, come on in, Toy. Come on in, Toy. It's raining here. Totoy got wet, but she had to use the bathroom outside. She had to pee outside, but still, she's like shaking now here. She got wet in the rain. For James and Karen Belus, howdy y'all, from Bill Meyer. Derek, hey, aloha, Derek. Aloha from Oahu, Hawaii. I saw it was raining hard on live. Oh, on their live. All right. Man, it stopped. You know, it downpours and it stops. Right now, light rain. But last night I could hear the downpour. Last night it was. That's why I was kind of, you know. Anytime now that there's a downpour, if it lasts more than an hour or two, pretty sure there's areas that's going to be flooded because a lot of the rivers, small creeks here in Aklan, they're full of water. So it's not going to take much to overflow. Like when we were, what was that? When we were going back from the airport, we passed by Ibahay. And I've traveled Ibahay many times coming from Katiklan, and even the rice fields you can see on both sides of the road. The center is the road. Both sides are rice field. The rice fields are like overflowed with water, brown water, and it's flowing into flowing into the road. It's like I've never seen it like that. That much water. Usually when it rains, I stay home. I stay home. I try not to like be out on the road when it's raining because it floods here. There's just areas that flood here, and you don't want to get caught in. And my car is slow. It's like I have a Toyota Wigo, an economy car. So, if it's like this much, I can reach the floorboard on my car. So I try to avoid driving in the rain here. J-Boy. Good morning, Kuya Gino and the Panay Pasi. All right. John V. Good morning, Fortune. Hey, Emilio. All right. Good morning, Gino. Here in San Diego, gloomy and sprinkling. Same thing here. Same weather right now here in Numancia, man. It's like gloomy and light rain. I like the weather there because it's raining. Then the next hour it's sun. Today not gonna be like that. Today pretty much I think it's gonna be gloomy today. I don't see the sun at all today. It's not gonna. I watched the Philippines live celebrating New Year's. Okay, I saw that that Philippines live. I saw picture. I haven't seen the videos that Michael produced, but I saw that they watched the fireworks in Manila in like the BGC area. Here, Makati, yes, Makati. Belize, we had 3 hot days, no rain, crazy. You were flooding, amazing. I know we were flooding, man, because I was driving, picked up my friends in Katiklan, Boracay Airport, so I had to pass through several towns like Nabas, Ibahay, Tangalan, Makato, Numancia, and then to Calibo. All the towns were flooding, and all the towns were flooding. 7:30 morning show. No, all right, yeah, I'm gonna switch because Leanna goes back to school tomorrow, so I have to start taking her to school at 7. So usually after I dropped her off, I might stop for get my pandesal or my French vanilla brewed coffee, but I should be home by 7:30. Good AM, Derek, J-Boy, Emilio. All right, no rain in Bacoor. Wow, no rain in Bacoor. But gloomy. All right. Sub number 1. All right, thank you, Valus. Thank you, appreciate that. Coffee with Gino. Thank you. U.S. military. All right. Tim. Alan, hi, good morning, Gino and Dazzle. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. Hawaii, it's raining too. Wow, raining in Hawaii too. I gotta say hello to my best friend there in Hawaii. We greeted each other New Year's, but I'll ask him about the rain that they're getting there too. Pinay, all right, Pinay Hart from Oceanside, California. Good morning, Fortune. Happy New Year, everyone. David Boyd, all right. Lowell, it is raining hard here right now. Wow, it's raining everywhere. Except for Fortune, except in Bacoor, it's not raining. Belize, God bless the USA, for sure, man. God bless the America for removing the Venezuelans are parading the streets. Prayers for all people of Venezuela. Oh, I'll have to look now. Belize, because I haven't keep track of the news. I've been so busy lately, man. I haven't even caught up with all the YouTube videos of my friends. I gotta like start catching up, watching them today. I think I got him. Oh, Daniel saw my phone. JP, hey, hello, Gino and the posse. All right, JP, all right. Hey, my good friend Gary, Joe Cano, Joe. All right. Hey, hi everyone. John V, hi JP. Good, Lowell. Do you have the Viber now? Yes. JP has news to share. I didn't share it, JP, because not my place. I always like I'll let you share your news, JP. I'll let you share your news. Good AM, Joe. Good AM, Joe. The ultimate, the ultimate. All right. Good morning, JP. God bless. Ray, hey, Ray in the Philippines. Good morning. Fortune. Good AM. Ray. Good morning, Ray. Hello, boss. Hello, boss. That's a common word here. Like even me, I use boss like with the security guards or anything like in the neighborhood here, even at the mall. I always say boss. I go, thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. I always say that to the security. That's a common term here in the Philippines to say boss. Number out. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate that. Morning show in the Philippines. Thank you so much. JP is saying hello to everyone. That's awesome. That's awesome, JP. I mean, we look at all the lists of people that we got here saying hello to each other, man. That's just amazing. We built like a good live stream community here. You know, we're always like saying hello to everyone. Feels good to be back home. Hope everyone had an amazing holiday. All right, Ray. Bizwax, good morning, Fortune. Good morning, JP. Welcome to the Philippines. Good morning, John, GP. Hello to fellow people from California or have lived in California. I'm one of them. I lived in California. Plastic bags are no longer allowed under the new law start. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. That's pretty good, man. They need a law like that here in the Philippines, man. We got so much plastic here. Everything's like plastic here. You know, they do have eco bags that you can buy at the grocery here. That's why I'm surprised not many more people are using it. We always bring our eco bags to the grocery here because there's just so much plastic here, man. Anything you buy here, they put in plastic, you know. Even you can buy a soda here. You can buy a bottle of Coca-Cola and they'll put it in a plastic bag and put a straw. So after you drink it, what do the kids do to it? You know, ends up, hopefully it's end up in the trash, but a lot of times they just end up in the ground here. There's just so many plastic items here. Hello, JP. I hope the Philippines is giving you the easiest time. I'll let JP answer that. I'll let you know. It's like I'm not gonna answer for JP. I want him to like. Good AM, JP. JP, you are here already for a week. Fast days. I know, right? I mean, the days are going fast. I picked up JP that December 29th. So the week is definitely going by fast for JP. He's been busy. I know JP is constantly walking around Calibo. You know, he's like my friend Ruben. When Ruben's here, I see Ruben all over the place in Calibo. He's always walking around Calibo. Actually gave me an idea, you know, because my friend Michael S., the Castaway Drift, he likes walking in Dumaguete City. I just can't walk just because on my phone, I am not able to live stream, but Dazzle told me try her phone. You know, she's got the newer iPhone. My iPhone's an iPhone 10 and Dazzle's iPhone is 16. So I'll try to do it on Dazzle's phone one of these days when it's better weather. You know, when it's not raining, I'll walk around Calibo so you guys can see what Calibo is about. Maybe from Pastrana Park to Gran Gaisano, I'll walk so you can see just walking around Calibo. Because like I said, my friend Ruben walks all over Calibo. JP now, he's like every day he's walking around. He's getting his lots of miles on walking in Calibo. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to see because you got Pastrana Park, you got the fruit stands, you got the public market, you got the malls, you got the groceries. So I'm going to start doing that. That way you guys can see the Calibo area on the ground, like boots on the ground. I'll be like doing this, walking around Calibo. For Ray, back in Tagaytay. Must be cold. Oh yeah, must be cold in Tagaytay, man. Pinay Heart. We've been camping in Oceanside. All right, nice. Within Camp Pendleton, but it's been raining nonstop since December 30. And we're barely seeing the sunset. At least we get a break. Yeah, you know, that's to me, you know, just a break from everything, right? Just break from work, break from everything. To me, that's still worth it. That's still worth the trip there. The rain has stopped, but it's still cold here. Around 67 Fahrenheit. Ooh, that's nice. And here I would say probably 75. I had to guess the temperature, but I bet still 75. Lenora, God bless. God bless the USA. God bless America, Lenora. Fly boy. Fly boy. Let me see. Happy New Year from West Palm Beach. Ooh, West Palm Beach. All right, nice. West Palm Beach, Florida. Red Fred, hey, hi bro, hi bro. All right. Congratulations, JB. All right. Jason Karen, congratulating JB. Howdy. Happy weekend to all. The posse. All right. Roth. That's Daniel. Hey, Daniel. I have to scroll slowly because the scrolling keeps like pushing it up. So, good morning, Daniel, my brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Rev Fred, JP Calibo. All right. James and Karen's Adventures. Me too, Paige. Belus. 37 viewers, smash the like. All right, thank you. Copy, thank you so much, Belus. Page, protect the environment. I know, right? It's like, unfortunately, I think the Philippines is one of the culprit as far as like everything's just plastic here in the Philippines, and they do not, they try to clean, they don't do a good job. They don't do good job of like, especially garbage ending up in the ocean here, unfortunately. We also have laws banning plastics, but yeah, see, that's the problem, right, Fortune? It's, the Philippines got like, we got a law for everything. The Philippines come up with all these things, laws against everything, but the enforcement is the problem. Nobody follows or nobody implements it. Good morning, Daniel from Ray. Good AM, Daniel from Fortune. Belus, we do boxes and eco bags. I know, right, Belus? Because to me, that's the, plastic, they don't disintegrate. They're gonna be in the environment forever. I mean, Hawaii did plastic ban 2 years ago. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening in the Philippines, but like Fortune's saying, the problem here is like enforcing it and implementation. That's 20 degrees, Ray. I know Baguio is chilly, man. I saw a posting that they got down 14, 16, man. That's pretty cold in Baguio. Daniel, howdy, JP, Ray, Ford, Belus, John V. I want fresh grilled tilapia and buko. All right, from Laogla. Hey, man, next time you come over, Emilio, we'll do it again. We'll have our fresh buko again and grilled tilapia. And hey, there he is, Michael S. I was just talking about you, about your walks in Dumaguete City, man. Once the weather allows it here in Calibo, and if Dazzle's phone works, I'll do the same, because me and Michael are the same, and we walk all the time. I walk like an hour here in the community, an hour in Sunset. So for me to walk in Calibo for an hour and a half, that's easy for me. I just have to bring an umbrella if it's sunny, because I have to protect myself from the sun. There it is. I didn't want to ruin JP's surprise. JP right there says he bought a Yamaha Aerox 155. My favorite, his favorite color, which is blue color for a Yamaha Race Blue. However, they did not give me a temporary plate. I did not realize until I parked it. All right, well, just got to go back, man, or ask them for the temporary plate. You were probably so excited to leave the dealership. So JP got wheels now. He's got the Aerox, and it's a nice bike, man. It's a nice motorbike. JP had sent me a picture yesterday. I'll share the picture, JP. I'll share the picture so people can see. Here in the Philippines, anytime you buy like a car or a motorbike, they'll take a picture of you with the bike or the car. And they always have a gigantic key. It's like, I guess that's a symbol. Everybody that you see on Facebook here in the Philippines, that when they bought a new car, the whole family will be holding a gigantic key. Same thing when you buy a motorbike. There's a gigantic key right there. That's JP buying his motorbike right there. The Yamaha Aerox 155 in Yamaha Race Blue is the color. Nice looking bike, nice looking bike. So happy for JP. So now, JP can, he won't feel so trapped now in Calibo. Walking around Calibo, I think that's JP's plan still. He'll continue. That way he can get his walk in Calibo. But now he's got a motorbike. Now he can hop on the bike, go to New Washington and eat some seafood at the New Washington, the Tambak area by the seawall. He can go fishing at Loola's Fish Farm in Makato. He can go to Rojas City, visit the Canadian beaver. Opens up a lot of things for JP now that he's got a motorbike. And that's a nice bike, the 155. One of the popular bikes. Usually people get the Honda ADV, the NMAX, Yamaha NMAX, and then the Aerox 155. That's one of the popular ones here. JP was telling me he visited the dealership and there was 3 of them the other day. Already sold 2. They only had 1 left, the one that JP bought. And they were telling him that, yeah, you better buy this, because if you don't buy it, it's going to be 30 days before we get another one. That's how it is here. Beginning of the year here, a lot of people buying new motorbikes. That's just the way Filipinos like their motorbikes here in the province. Anyway, it's all about having the new model motorbikes here, the 2026 model. Good morning, Michael from Ray. Belus. Hey, Michael from Castaway Drift and Sergeant. All right. Hello, Daniel. Fortune. Good AM, Emilio. Good morning, Belus from Ray. Belus. JP. Hello, Rev Fred. Congrats, JP, on the bike. I know, right? Congratulations on the bike, man. Time to start exploring on the bike, JP, as soon as the rain stopped. And JP is a very experienced motorcycle rider. He told me JP rode motorcycles in the US for 40 years. So he's ridden all over. He's traveled on his motorbike like 1,000 miles at one go in the United States. So he is not a rookie like me. I'm a rookie, man. I'd be afraid to ride a motorbike farther than long distance. But JP, I have full confidence on JP. He's gonna have a blast doing the Panay Loop. I'm sure he's gonna hit the Panay Loop. Is like from Calibo, you can go to Caticlan, cross over to Antique, go down to San Jose Antique, go to Iloilo, go to Rojas City, back here to Calibo. They call it the Panay Loop. A lot of people actually from outside Panay, they come to Panay Island to do that loop. I guess motorcycle riders, they got, they have jackets, so you can add that patch, like the Panay Loop. I completed the Panay Loop kind of, I guess that's the thing. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know it's a big deal. Motorcycle riding here in the Philippines is huge. It doesn't matter, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. There's like motorcycle clubs here that travel all over the Philippines. If you're a motorcycle enthusiast, I think one of the countries that you're gonna enjoy visiting is the Philippines, because of all the bike riders that you're gonna see on the national highways here. Fortune says, good day, Michael, Baluz. Nice, JP, you got wheels. Safe travels, brother. All right. Good morning, Ray, Baluz, Master Fortune, Ray. Thanks, Baluz. Most of the congestion is gone. Lynn kept feeding me Robitussin. Hope you feel better, Ray. Hope you feel better. It's 63 degrees here in Oceanside. That's pretty chilly for Oceanside, right? It's like, California, when I lived in Long Beach, California, we didn't get many days usually it's in the 80s, usually 70s, maybe 63. That's pretty cold, man. That's pretty cold. Fly Boys. Shout out to my cousin Jericho Jumawan, Bella Montana Fruit Farm in Pampanga. Please visit. All right, Flyboy. I know they got a lot of farms and things like that in the Pampanga area. That's cool. Jericho Jumawan. All right. Joe, JP, what are the pogey points on that bike? Pretty high, pretty high. Even Dazzle says the pogey points, Dazzle said a 9 out of 10 pogey points on the Aerox 155. Even Dazzle like the Aerox, and JP was showing us the pictures. That Philippines Live did a great vlog on New Year's in BGC. I'll have to watch it. I know it was about, I saw a thing on my feed real quick earlier, but I hadn't seen the video yet about millionaires, and of course, you're in BGC, you got a lot of millionaires there. You got to be rich to be affording that area. Morning, John. Edgar. Hey, Edgar. Good morning, Edgar. I saw a grumpy old man walking around yesterday and had to stop and give him a shot lit. Lowell, JP, I am happy you bought yourself a new bike. Enjoy and be safe. Yes. I'm not worried about JP. JP's like I said, he's been riding motorcycles for over 40 years. He's an experienced rider. He'll enjoy it here. Good morning, Joe Canoe. I haven't asked Sheriff Dazzle to evaluate. Yep, it's a 9. It's a 9. Dazzle gave it a 9. A 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, JB. Seattle. Hello from Seattle, Washington. How are you, bro Gino? How's your New Year's Day? I tried to find good bamboo to use it for fireworks as a bamboo cannon. I don't know if that's gonna fly in Seattle, man, but this year I didn't see any of the bamboo here, but plenty of fireworks, man, plenty of fireworks. I filmed it a little bit during the live stream at midnight, even here in my street, man. There's like Roman candles, rockets firing in the air. I mean, my neighbors spend a lot of money on fireworks. I didn't buy a single firework. I never do, man. To me, it's like I'll watch people do it. I enjoy it, but I'm really frugal when it comes to like that, because that's like me shooting money in the air, man. Just like blowing your money like that. Joe Cano, JB, are you getting a box on the back or a back rider first? I'm like, we'll see. I'll have to look at the next time I'm over at La Casa Española. I'll have to check out JP's bike, whether he's gonna put a box on it or not. The box that they're talking about is a square box that people use on a motorbike. They put it behind for storage, like if you're traveling people. I think at one time JP was talking to me. He was interested on like saddlebags, because that's what he had on his motorcycles in the US, and they have those. They got saddlebags here, boxes, you name it. Because like I said, they're big on motorcycle riding here, so easy to find things like that here. I'll do the walk, but would end up MIA. You'll end up MIA. Melissa will end up. I should be okay on the walk, because Calibo is walkable. It's not a big city. It's a town, pretty much from Pastrana, the main park area, the church. Then Grand Gaisano, I can even walk City Mall and the capital area. There's plenty of areas that I can walk around and show you guys. LOL, Joe from Ray. Okay, Daniel, I remember over 50 years ago, the USA was teaching us the metric system in school, and still have not used in our life or culture. I know. I always have to. When I was in the States, everything's like miles. Everything was pounds. Here everything's in meters, in kilograms. So I still have to like compute it in my head. A lot of times I get confused still. Good AM, Edgar from Fortune GP. I want to get a top box in aluminum cover and phone mount. All right, all right. There you go. There you go. There's I'm sure a lot of the motorcycle shops, like even in Calibo, and you're walking around Calibo, JP. You'll see. I mean, you see them, right? It's like in Calibo, every other street seems like a motorcycle shop selling motorcycle gear, helmets, boxes. They'll install it for you at those stores. When you buy it from a store here, anything that you want to put on your motorbike, they'll install it. And usually for free. Usually they don't charge you. You just have to tip the guy if you want to tip the guy. Like on Bumblebee, I had the tires replaced. As long as I bought the tires from the motorcycle shop, labor is free. But of course, I feel bad for the guy. But it's a hard work putting in the new tires there, so I give him a tip. Belu's beautiful, JP. All right. Fortune. Bamboo cannon is called Lantaka. Lantaka. I did not see bamboo cannon this year here in the province. The raincoat. The raincoat. Yes, the raincoat. Yep, that's a must. My cell phone cover and shoes already go with the bike. I know, right? Everything's blue. Everything's blue. You're already like color coordinated. Take a very long time to accept new things in metric system. LOL. Bizwax. Using metric for football games will hurt my ears. Will hurt my ears. Maggie for Maggie, I'm not sure, but Leanna starts school tomorrow. Tomorrow will be back to school for Leanna tomorrow. The MC is actually 2025. I didn't know. All right, they have not gotten that. Oh, okay, not in yet. The 2026 aren't in yet. Okay. Because when I bought our car, JP, I bought our car November of 2018. It was a 2019 model. So I just assumed that it was the new model. Joe, second semester classes will start January 19th. Oh, she's got a little more break there. But I'm bringing her to UP tomorrow for one day. All right. I'm from Oceanside to Pinay. All right, Emilio and Pinay Heart in the same area, Oceanside, California. Kyle, I got lucky and found a 2026 CRF, but mostly they are still trying to sell 2024 and 2025. Yeah. I was minding my own business, walking to the Yamaha dealer, and a guy stopped and offered to give me a lift to pick up my boogie machine. All right, man. That's all right, man. Fortune, she got into registry. You'll notice that, JP, that there's Filipinos are interested about Americans, especially when they see an American, like if you're at the mall or something. You'll strike up conversations with people because they'll ask you, hey, where are you from? And then you say Washington State. A lot of Filipinos that I know, they're really interested about life in America. So that's always like a good, opening to like get to know people. You and JP, you won't have a problem because I know you got a good personality. It's like you'll meet friends. I know you'll meet friends in Calibo. Fortune, she got into registration volunteer corps. They will help students enroll in their corps. Oh, okay, all right. I remember that when Dazzle and I were in school at SDI College Calibo, they had students that would help enroll people each semester. Pogi points to the highest level, all right. I hope JP can handle it. I hope JP can handle it from Pinay Heart. JP can handle it. He can handle it. He can handle the pogi points. Joe, that is good for her to get involved in the student services. Yes. Fortune, students enroll via online called UPCRS, Computerized Registration System. So Maggie and her co-RBC members have admin powers to accept assigned students to various classes. All right. Daniel, soon the posse can start Wild Hog 2 riding group. That's a good name, Wild Hog 2, man. Yes, right, Joe. The benefit is she and her colleagues will be third priority in getting courses. First priority are graduating students. Second priority are freshmen, and they are third. Regular students are fourth. She's second year, second sem. She will have 6 courses, Bachelor of Science Business Administration program. 5 of that will her major and 1 economics course. JP, you can trust Google Maps when walking. Like to show you questionable places. It got me 3 times in the first 3 days. One time I asked for direction and Filipino gave me bad directions. Oh yeah. Well, it is what it is, JP. It's like it depends on who you ask. Who you ask. I think the best way, JP, like start remembering areas, the landmarks in Calibo. Like the Petron station, the McDonald's, or where City Mall. Start picturing like the landmarks that you're familiar with. And when you ask people, don't ask them for like street. Don't ask them. Ask them where's City Mall Calibo, so they can point to you at least the direction where City Mall is, or if you're a Pastrana, the direction of Gran Gaisano. So you can get your bearings. But the main road that you gotta remember is Rojas Avenue, right? From La Casa Española, the Rojas Avenue. That goes all the way to the bridge. So if you know that one main road, everything kind of filters from that road. But I know how easy it is to get turned around. Once you get into like the sidewalks, the alleys, it's easy to get turned around to where am I at? They all look the same. I'm hoping her economics course will not run in conflict with her majors in terms of daytime conflict. Then major is her priority. Currently, her economics professor is the great Maring Winnie Salt. Oh, I'm sure there's like really popular or famous professors in UP Diliman. So I'm sure she's taking advantage of that fortune to attend one of those classes. Most I paid for 2 motorcycle tires was $1,000 because they had to be speed rated and lasted less than 10,000 miles. Then learn from James' issues with his box. The plastic broke up badly. I think, Daniel, the problem with the box with James, that's why he's building the garage now. It's because the box, they're plastic. So when they sit in the sun here in the Philippines, anything that sits out in the Philippines, plastic, anything, it's gonna not gonna last very long. That's why people build garages, park their motorbikes underneath the shade, because it's just intense here. The heat here is intense. It'll fade it. It'll it'll just damage it. The sun is very damaging here. So that's why if at James's house now, he's building a garage for all the motorbikes. That will help preserve the motorbikes having a garage. Hi Emilio, we're in Oceanside. Maring Winnie got her Bachelor of Science from UP and her master's from Wharton. All right, from Wharton. I know that's a, very famous business school. She's former economic planning secretary of the Philippines, also a media person. Oh, that's why everybody wants to like study. I can't blame them for enrolling in that class, man. I'm sure that person's got a lot of good information to share. Joe, Fortune, it sounds like she is following in her parents' footsteps. She'll, oh yeah, here, Joe, anytime you can get into University of Philippines Diliman, that is the Harvard of the Philippines. Just to get in there, I have not met a Filipino that went to UP Diliman that doesn't become successful. That's just the way it is here. They only accept the brightest of the bright in UP Diliman. Pinay Hard, that's JP. They might have misunderstood you. I'm sure it's lost in translation a lot. And then a lot of times, I don't really ask a lot of Filipino, I look at the Filipinos first because I can kind of tell when like somebody gives me the look or blank stare or something that they're not really sure of what they're saying. It's like, but pretty much I just rely on Google Map and then I've no land. Kalibo I know by heart now, but when I'm traveling in Panay Island, if we had to ask directions, I usually go to like the gas station. I figure the gas stations, they see a lot of people asking them, so better chance that they would get good direction. But somebody just on the road asking them, unfortunately, no, they're not. They're gonna try to help, but they mean well, but a lot of times they're not gonna give you good directions. People in the province like Panay are helpful. Yeah, they're very helpful now. Don't get me wrong. Like me, I've gotten several flat tires on my car now. This past year, I think I got like 5 or 6 times that I've gotten a flat. And it's not a flat on the tire. It's the stem, the valve. It's always an issue with the valve. So all the times that I've had a flat, I never had to change the tire. The minute I like get a flat tire, I pull on the side of the road. People just like rush to, hey, can I help? Everybody's like helping. One time I got 4 or 5 people replacing my tire. It's just the way it is here. People are very helpful. I do not need AAA here. There's no AAA here. The AAA here are the people. People are very helpful. Even the tricycle drivers, if they see you on the side of the road, they'll stop and they'll offer their help. That's just the way it is here in the province. JP, Daniel, how about wild lechon? Wild lechon. Instead of wild hogs, wild lechon. Piloto po ba kayo? No, I was in the United States Air Force. I served 20 years active duty military in the United States Air Force. I was medical. I was a medical personnel in the United States Air Force. That's why I like wearing Air Force t-shirts, because I'm proud. I'm proud of my service to the United States Air Force. Thanks, Joe. That's our hope, because our second daughter, we'll all have 2 kids, a special child, nonverbal autistic. So we need Maggie to be successful. So yeah, of course, right? And Maggie's gonna be successful, Fortune. Yeah, you guys have nothing to worry about. Just her studying in UP Diliman. That's like an accomplishment already. JP, when I was off on Ross Boulevard, a few blocks, it seemed like I was in the real Philippines. Yes, right? Yeah. And I tell people that all the time, JP. The province to me is the real Philippines. To me, when I'm in Manila, when I'm in Cebu City, to me, that's not the real Philippines. And I know, people sometimes get offended when I say that. And I mean it in a good way. For me, the heart and the culture of the Filipino is in the provinces. The city is a blend of people from all over the Philippines. If you go to Cebu City in Manila, it's going to be everybody from the provinces, everybody into one. Kind of like like in the US, how Los Angeles is a melting pot of all the people from all over. Same thing in Manila and Cebu. It's not just local Cebuanos there, local Manileños. Everybody come from the provinces because that's where the work is. But to me, that's not really the real Philippines, because the real Philippines, the humbleness, the friendliness, the welcoming. In Manila, people are, they're like protective, because like, you have to, even when I go to Manila, when I was growing up there, I was born and raised there. You got to protect yourself in Manila, man. You got to clutch your bag, your wallets in your front pocket, inside your underwear. You got to like protect your stuff, because in Manila, anything of value, like let's say I'm walking in Manila and I'm like, I'm vlogging, right? In Kalibo, I can vlog. I can like do this in Kalibo, walking around Kalibo, like filming, live streaming, like Michael is in Dumaguete City. He could do that. In Manila, you do that in Manila, your phone is gone in 5 minutes. Your phone's gonna disappear in 5 minutes because somebody's gonna grab it and run with it. And what are you gonna do when they grab your phone and run? They're gonna be working in teams. They'll grab your phone, run. They're called snatchers in Manila. And then they'll hand it off to the next person, and they'll be like going, "What's up?" What are you gonna do? And you're not gonna chase them, because if you chase them, you don't know what's waiting for you. If you chase, that can cause you more problem. See, you don't got to worry about that in the province. JP can. I feel comfortable about JP walking in Kalibo. Walking around with, he can even be using his phone in Kalibo, texting me while it's like, "Hey, Gino, where's, I'm using my Google map, I can't find this place." Man, you can't do that stuff in Manila, man. Your phone's gonna disappear faster than you can say, "Oh, what happened to my phone?" And an iPhone, if you bring iPhone, forget it. That's gonna get snatched so quick off your hands in Manila. Remember those days when I transferred from Lyceum? Oh, Lyceum, I know that, Pinay. I went to Letran College. I know where Lyceum is exactly. I know where I went my elementary years, till grade 6, I was at Colegio de San Juan de Letran in Intramuros. So Lyceum is right there, close to my school. Manila to De La Salle University. It was crazy. There was no online registration. Oh yeah, we didn't have the online registration, back then. But my mom, my older sister and my mom used to enroll me. So I don't know how that, I was in elementary school, so I don't know how all that process. My main thing every year going to school at Letron was like, every year I would get new uniforms, new gym clothes. Like we had like a gym outfit. Back in Fort Dasma and Lyceum. Fortune. Oh, Filipino Heart. That's also like our time. UP was called University of Phila. Some had to line up overnight, sleep on the floor. Whoa, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy, Fortune. Should I hire a real estate attorney in the Philippines mainly to attain a clean property title for a condo purchase in BGC? Any suggestions? As far as like, that's gonna be any type of purchase, especially a big purchase like that, like a condo, land, a home. Definitely, there's no way you can get around it. You're gonna hire an attorney. Now, a real estate attorney, I know in Kalibo, there's a couple here in Kalibo that it seems like everybody goes there. They specialize on real estate. I don't know in BGC. I don't know that area. What would be available? I'm sure they would have something like that. Maybe Fortune knows, like in the BGC area, like it's not going to be cheap, man. If it's an attorney in BGC, it's not going to be cheap for sure. Anything in BGC is going to be high price. You're going to spend money. But if you're purchasing a condo, a lot of time, well, I guess if it's you must be purchasing from an individual. Yeah, you definitely have, if it's like a purchase from the condo, like they're still building the condo, then the people selling might be able to help you, the condo that's building the condo. But if it's a condo already that you're buying for a private individual, definitely you'll need an attorney. And that's tricky anyway with the Philippines, with real estate agents. A lot of people claim they're real estate agents here, but a lot of times they don't. They're not really. They don't have a license. There's no. There's only very few real estate professionals here that took a 4-year degree of college, passed the real estate licensure here. In the very few. A lot of times you see people. They're just agents. They're like third party that knows the owner of the property, and they're selling it for them to get a commission. So really tricky when it comes to real estate here, man. Definitely hire an attorney. Better Flyboy. Is that a second sale? If from the property developer, no need. Usually they are in order. Yeah, like I was saying, if it's like, if they're building the condo still, you're buying it from the developer, it's easier. But when you're buying it from a private party, there's all kinds of pitfalls. There's all kinds of pitfalls with that, That's why you have to hire an attorney. I just finished my Copico Blanca. All right, started my Vita Coco. Hey, man, you're becoming me. Man, you're becoming me, JB. Yeah, you're becoming me. Vita Coco, and I got my Vita Coco here, man. I don't run out of Vita Coco. I always... That's my drink. This is the Vita Coco that JP is talking about. I never run out of these. I always buy like 4 or 5 of these at SM Cherry. And then of course my Copico Blanca. That's my drinks of choice. Pinay Heart, right? Fortune. When I transfer, I never had a consistent classroom. It took me a while to finish my degree because I couldn't get into a block section. I survived the system. That's funny, Pinay Heart. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? It's like the Philippines, a lot of times, it is survival, man. It is survival. Good morning, Sir Dad and chat. All right, Navy Woman, thank you for joining the live stream. Hello, Navy Woman from JP. Fortune. They had it better now, but still have to fight for slots because some courses have limited professors, so only a few courses are open, but they just do it on their laptop. Worst case, they do not ask for priority. For us, man, when Dazzle and I, when we went to STI College, I guess because we're a small school at STI College Calibo, when Dazzle and I graduated in 2016, there was only a little over 500 graduates from STI College Calibo. So they pretty much like for our course was Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. They do all the scheduling for us. We didn't have to do the lining up for courses or anything. Lyceum in Atlan, our neighbor. I know, right? I know, we're neighbors. We're neighbors. I remember Lyceum. I used to wandering around Intramuros, some of the carinderia when it's lunchtime, right? We would hit some of the carinderia near Lyceum. Fortune with Mapua. Yeah, Mapua, man. My cousin Larry graduated from Mapua in 1975. He's a medical technologist, like a lab person, medical technologist. Ended up working in Norway for 40 years, and now he's retired in Tagaytay. He's got a nice house set up in Tagaytay now. Pinay Heart. Hi, Fortune. I heard the lines pila at your school are crazy. Also, PUP Manila. I visited UP once, but I didn't try applying because I wasn't confident they would accept me. Yeah. It's not easy, right? Pinay, Filipinos know this, man. UP Diliman, it's hard to get in there, man. You gotta be like the cream of the crop. You gotta be like the brightest of the bright to get accepted there. Red and blue are the colors of Letran. Yeah. Dugong Arriba. We're like Dugong Arriba. That's what they call. It has bigger student population. UP so surely worse. Pila. Worse line. Daniel, like the sound of it, Wild lechon. Yeah, wild lechon. Right? That sounds good, actually. Wild, because it's Filipino, right? It makes sense. Wild hog, hog looks like U.S., wild hog. Lechon is like specifically Filipino. That might be a good name. Wild lechon. All right, craving for some barbecue. All right, get your barbecue pork, man. Get your barbecue pork. This is what in Davao City, people leave their phones or book bag to reserve a table in Jollibee or Mercedes. Okay, it was like culture shock for me. I don't think I can do that in Ohio. Good to hear, right? Good to hear. Same thing here, man. Bizwax, like here in Calibo, you just feel safe, man, because like people, it's a small town. People, you run into people that you know all the time. I can't go to Calibo to like the grocery or the mall and not run into people that I went to school with at SCI College Calibo. Just you run into people. You're like, hey, what's up? So to me, that it gives you that feel like you're safe because like people kind of watch out for each other. Like I said, I've filmed before in Calibo. People leave their helmets. You see lines of motorbikes parked in Calibo. Their helmets, they're Evo helmets, and those helmets are 4 or 5 thousand pesos. They're not cheap helmets. They're just on top of the handlebar of their motorcycle. Nobody's taking it. Nobody's taking their helmets. Man, in Manila, you couldn't do that. In Manila, you put a helmet. It don't even need to be any kind of helmet. That's good. That helmet's gonna be gone, man. Good for Davao. Don't do that. Yeah, right there. Fortune said, "Don't do that in Manila, man. In Manila, man, you gotta be like this with your cell phone in Manila, man. Because like, if you like do one of this and you're like busy texting somebody, man, somebody's gonna snag your cell phone." If it's an iPhone, forget it. Forget it. You're gonna, they're gonna be racing to steal that cell phone, that iPhone from you. I didn't try PUP2. That's a long commute from Imus, Cavite, Belus. Though will ever eat rice like a cereal with warm milk, butter, and sugar for breakfast? I'm trying to. I remember when I was in the province in Bulacan as a kid. They used to give me this, the leftover rice, the steamed rice that, they cook rice at night and there's always leftover. For breakfast, they would serve the leftover rice and they would give me like fresh goat milk from the, no label. This is from their goat. They get the milk from their goat, and you pour the goat milk in the rice, and they would add a little salt, and I would eat that for breakfast. I remember, but no butter, no sugar. I don't remember butter or sugar with that. 500 a month comes with my rules. Number one, 3 are above at farms at one time. No travel at night, must be back to our valley before dark. Safe. Yeah. I mean, you are living in different conditions. I know that. I know from the conversations that I have with Belus, Leyte, the lifestyle there is a lot different from what I'm used to here. I don't think I could handle living in like the jungle, and then the stuff that Belus is telling me that's happening in the valley, in the jungle, man, that's like that's really the wild west there. That's real. I think if I lived there, I'd want to have like a gun or a weapon. I need a pew pew, man. I can't be living in that valley without any weapon to protect myself, especially at night. For Lyceum are called the Pirates, Letran the Knights, and Mapua the Cardinals. De La Salle, Dasma is right for you. Dasma is just after Imus. J-Boy, Lowell, I ate rice with fresh Carabao milk. See that, J-Boy? Me, J-Boy. I didn't drink it with Carabao milk because I remember they serve it with goat milk. They had my relatives in the province in Bulacan, they had a lot of goats and they would get their milk from a goat. A pinch of salt. See, J-Boy knows what I'm talking about, man, for breakfast. Yeah, it was delicious. As a matter of fact, J-Boy was funny. we visited my relatives in Bulacan. I took Dazzle with me back in 2022. So 4 years ago, we went to Bulacan. And my relatives there, because they knew that that's what they gave me for breakfast a long time ago. They had it ready for me, man. I got to eat it again, you know. It was kind of nostalgic for me to like, it's been many, many years. Like, shoot, man. Over 30 years that I've had that, you know, over 30 years that I've had like the lamig, the cold rice with the goat milk and a pinch of salt. You know, it was like bringing me back to my growing up in the Philippines. To me, those are really what I appreciate about the Philippines the most. When I left when I was 12, a lot of those things I don't experience in the U.S. You know, where am I going to get fresh goat milk, you know? And you know, in the U.S., I started eating cereal like everybody else. So those are the kind of things that when I came back here, when I was 45, like even taho, you know, it's like such a treat for me because like when I was in the U.S., they would have taho sometimes, like I think I used, but it's not the same. It's not the same. They'll make a version of taho in the U.S. like places in L.A., Houston, Texas, where there's a lot of Filipinos. They'll kind of imitate, you know, the taho, but it's not the same as the guy like here, you know, carrying the taho thing and scooping it from the container, putting the sugar syrup on it, the tapioca pearls. To me, that's the fun part for me about moving back to the Philippines. I get to experience all the experiences growing up here. The dirty ice cream, you know, it's like you know, to this day I love dirty ice cream. You know, avocado flavor, mango, coconut, you name it. And anytime Dazzle and I sees like the dirty ice cream guy, hey, you know, we flag them down. Bizwax. Excellent advice. When I was in Manila, friends told me never use a phone. Nope. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to do that. Protect your phone at all costs in Manila and your wallet. Don't put it in your back pocket. Man, like I said, you know, maybe those sling strap, you know, in front of your shirt. You know, you got to protect your property there because a lot of pickpockets, a lot of snatchers. Snatchers is there. I mean, there were snatchers and pickpockets in Manila when I was a kid. You know, I knew that growing up in the 70s, riding the jeepneys there. You know, people. I would be sitting in a jeepney when I was a kid going to Teletran. And you can see it just sitting on the jeepney. Somebody will like walking past the jeepneys, and people wearing necklaces, bracelets. People will just snag it off their neck and take off. And you're like sitting on the jeepney, like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna chase them. You know, no telling what trouble you can get if you try to chase them in public. UP gets 140K applicants nationwide and accepts 10,000. And usually, Fortune, the 140K applicants for UP, those, you know, you're not going to apply to UP without any meat to your, without any support. You know, you got to like done volunteer work, that good grades, you know, like it's a waste of time if you apply to UP and you're like you're not an A student, A plus student. You're like a B student. No need to apply. No need to apply to UP. In total, for all its campuses all over the country. JP, I am pretty sure the posse are tasty like lechon. Pinay. Took me a while to finish my bachelor's degree because I had to take extra required classes, like 4 semesters of theology at LaSalle, full semester of Jose P. Laurel. Yeah, I know. I've heard of those schools, man. I've heard of those schools. Laurel are the owners of Lyceum. They are Batangas politician. As president of the Philippines, then Catholic like De La Salle have theology. Pinay Heart. I don't understand why we have to take that aren't even relevant to our degree. Yeah, that's with any college. That even SCI College Calibo, we had stuff like that we had to study like that had nothing to do with our degree. Hey, good morning, Colonel. Good morning, Colonel. J-Boy, how is the Carabao milk? compared to dairy cow milk here in the U.S. What I remember from Carabao milk and goat milk, Lowell, thicker. It was thicker than the processed milk in the U.S. Sometimes is easy to drink because they're processed already, kind of more liquid, liquid to it. Like it seems like you're drinking water, like a thicker water. Carabao milk and goat milk from the animal, man, it's thick. There's even chunks in it sometimes, like not like big chunks, but you can feel like it's not all watery. It's not all watery, but delicious, delicious. Morning, Colonel. God bless. Pinay. The worst part was that in the classes were full, I couldn't move forward and push back the time for, oh yeah, right? If you keep pushing back your graduation date. Good morning, Colonel. We had people like that at STI College Calibo. Our batch, we were freshman year. There were several of our batchmates from freshman year. We were already graduated and took them another 2-3 years because the classes for them didn't line up or something happened, or maybe they couldn't pay tuition for one semester. They had to skip a semester. Good AM, Colonel. J-Boy. Lowell, Carabao milk tastes somewhat similar to dairy milk, just a bit salty. It's delicious. They make candles out of caramel. Oh, I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that they made candles out of Carabao milk. I haven't seen that one. Ever rice pudding? Yes, I've had rice, tapioca pudding, rice pudding. I've had that, Daniel. Beeswax, Pinay. Same issue in the U.S. universities. You have to act fast if you want to sign up for the classes. You get left behind. I know, right? If you wait till the last day of registration, you might end up not having the classes that you want. I miss the Carabao milk vendor selling them within our subdivision in Imus. I love Quezon Pati. I know what you're, man, Quezon Pati. Again, when I went to Bulacan in 2022, my relatives had that ready for me because they knew what I like, and they knew that I hadn't had Quezon Pati is the cheese made out of the goat milk, and they wrap in banana leaf. Banana. When you open it, it's like really. What's the texture I'm looking for? It's silky. It's kind of silky texture. You put it in your pandesal, man, it's amazing. Put that on the pandesal, it's amazing. They're not cheap. I know that. Even Quezon Pati, sometimes you see it at groceries very, very seldom because there's not many people milking goats now, I guess, but when you do see them, they're not cheap. They're very expensive cheese because it's got to be homemade, it's got to be homemade, and maybe it doesn't last long. Maybe that doesn't last long, so they have to sell it pretty quick. Colonel, good to see ya. Good to see ya, Colonel. I'm still around. Not still around, not square. Pinay, right, Biz. I took some classes in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, nice. All right. Back in 2011, but didn't finish in the program. Wow. Man, it's amazing how, like Pinay Hearts in California went to Jacksonville, you come to the Philippines. How that all, it's like small world. I would have never met all these people in Jacksonville, Florida, because I've never been there. I've never been to Jacksonville, Florida. If not for the channel here, I would have never met Daniel. I would have never met Rick. JP, I think all the walking has lowered my blood sugars about 20 points without even trying. Even after a feast on New Year's Eve of Filipino food, it was way lower. Wow, nice. Good. Well, it can't hurt, right, JP? I know for Ruben, his health has improved tremendously the past year. From the time I met him last January 2025 to now, he's lost a lot of weight, from the past year because all the walking that he does in it's a routine for Ruben now. You know, he walks all over. You see him. You know, you'll once he comes back, JP. He comes back like after Ati-Atihan, he'll be back in Calibo. I'm sure you'll run into Ruben, and he bought a Honda Click too, so he's got a motorbike too. So if you guys want to ride together somewhere, Derek. Carry dummy wallet with good strategy. A dummy wallet with 200 pesos. And yes, Derek, split wallet for cards, ATM credit. I don't even bring Fortune. I don't even bring any, even here in Calibo, just for because I don't want to lose my driver's license. I don't want to lose. So I make a copy of my driver's license and I laminate it like on paper, Xerox it, both sides, laminate it, because it's a pain. It's a pain here once you lose your driver's license here. It's a pain. Cards, if you lose your debit card, credit card, it's a pain to get them replaced here. So I don't carry that in my wallet even, because I don't want to lose my wallet and then I lose that information. I applied for student grant, but I was told I didn't qualify because I already had college degree from the Philippines. At the same time, I couldn't even get a promotion at my job. Oh, wow. Because that degree in the Philippines. Oh man, that's like that's kind of messed up there, Pinay Heart. Colonel, can I message you? Yep. All right, Lowell. I'll connect you guys. Unless you're connected already. I have the Colonel's information, contact, and I have Lowell's contact information. Pinay, weird reason. I know Filipinos degree holders who got grants because they qualified due to economic status. I have WhatsApp and Viber under my name. Sent a FB request. Accepted, Colonel. Thank you. All right. There you go. You guys are connected already. I wanted to try again, but got pregnant and then became busy raising a child with special needs. My biggest challenge now is finding time to go back to school. It's expensive to pay. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. A nanny in California, man. I can imagine how much that would cost, man. Belus, I'm starting fitness today. No, it's not a New Year resolution. Revolution. That's funny. I like the idea of having a dummy wallet. Yeah, like a fake wallet. You won't have to worry about that in Calibo too much, JP. We don't have issues. Pickpocket anywhere in the Philippines because you never know who the pickpocket is. They're so slick and so good. But like somebody snatching your stuff and running with it, man, they won't get a block here in Calibo. And people here in Calibo, if you get caught here committing a crime here, man, the locals here, it's not going to be nice to you. Even during Ati-Atihan, if during Ati-Atihan with all the people that's here, there's, it won't surprise me if there's people that come here and take advantage of all the tourists. Everybody's getting drunk, getting careless, wouldn't be surprised if there's people outside of Calibo coming here just to target tourists, but you do not want to get caught. If you get caught here committing a crime during Ati-Atihan, I'll show mercy to you. I'll be like, I feel bad for you because you will see it, JP, in about a week's time here. There's gonna be over 1,000 police in Calibo. Police from Negros Island, police from Rojas, Iloilo, Bacolod, you name it. It's like an army of police here in Calibo because they want to make sure nothing happens during the festival. Very strict going into they'll have the streets blocked off in order for you to get to like the areas where they're having the festival. They're taking, you can't carry a pen, you can't carry anything sharp, they're very protective of the tourists that come to Calibo for Ati-Atihan festival. They do not want an incident of any kind to happen in Calibo because that would ruin the reputation of Calibo. That's why you will see, man, they'll have an army of police in Calibo for Ati-Atihan. I never worry about, during Ati-Atihan, I never worry about anything happening to me at the festival. It's like, because I know I mean, you're gonna see a cop every single block you go. You know, you just raise your hand. Hey, this dude just acting up. You know, the cops swarm. You know, they and the people that get drunk during at the end, because there's gonna be people getting drunk because everybody's drinking all day long. And if you act a fool, if you get too drunk, the police will just grab you, throw you in their multi-cab, the police multi-cab with the rest of the drunks, and lock you in there and take you to jail. So I have not seen many people go crazy or like act a fool at the festival. The police will not be kind to them. JP, less stress being the Philippines probably helped too. Bizwax, Pinahar, try online classes. It might work for you. My son's classes are 90% online. Daniel, I often carry a dummy cell phone. Oh, just in case. All right. No audio. Oh, no audio. GP, I like dummy cell phones that explodes with color. Like dummy Amazon boxes. J-Boy, if you get caught pickpocketing, the Tanods will beat you up on the spot. Yeah, it's the same way here in Calibo. It's the same way in Calibo, J-Boy. You do not want to commit a crime in Calibo, because if they catch you, they're called Calibo Auxiliary Police. CAP. They're not even police. They're just like auxiliary, you know, kind of like Tanod. Same thing with Tanod. They will beat you. They will beat you. They're gonna make an example of you. Thanks, Biz. I needed to utilize my husband's VA benefits, the Chapter 35, before we moved to the Philippines. That benefit says a timeline. I don't think I can use that in the Philippines. Oh, you can use your GI Bill here. Chapter 35, whatever GI Bill benefit you have, Pinahart, you can use it here in the Philippines. I did. My GI Bill was going to expire 2019. That's why I went to school here. 2012 to 2016. I know dependents. I know many dependents use their GI Bill here in the Philippines. JP, I want to video one of those street justice things. Will that get me in trouble? I probably wouldn't video it, JP. Don't get involved videotape. I wouldn't videotape it. If they do street justice like that, I wouldn't video it. I wouldn't film that and upload it. That can get you in trouble. Loud and clear. Loud and clear on this end. All right. Thank you, JP. All right. I haven't even hit my topic today, man. I got so busy with the comments here. I did have a topic because I saw, I'm always, like I said, I'm always on these expat groups, and there's this one picture I wanted to show you guys that happened in, right here, this news. It says here, 22 injured in New Year grenade. A grenade. Somebody threw a grenade blast in the Philippines. 22 people got injured with this grenade blast. Imagine, you know, it's common in the Philippines for New Year celebration. People fire their weapons, fire their gun, you know, fire their pew. But I've never heard of anybody throwing a grenade. And this grenade ended up injuring 22 people. It happened it says here, at least 22 people were wounded when a grenade was thrown in the New Year's celebration in Barangay Dalapitan, Matalam, North Cotabato. And North Cotabato is in Mindanao. And that's the thing, you know, it's like, for me, Mindanao is one of those areas in the Philippines. You know, I know like Bizwax, he lives in Davao, safe in Davao. Like he said, you can leave your cell phone, it won't get stolen. But unfortunately, if you go to Mindanao, there's pockets of Mindanao that it's just not safe. You know, it's just not safe. For me, anyway. I wouldn't go there myself, and I'm Filipino. You know me. I'm careful. The U.S. State Department, the U.S. Embassy, they always have a warning for people going to Mindanao. There's just areas in Mindanao, Zamboanga, Cotabato, this area, Marawi. There's just areas in Mindanao that And then there's areas in Mindanao, unfortunately, nothing wrong, nothing against the Muslim, but the Muslim, they're good people like anybody else. But unfortunately, there's always a faction of like the Muslim people that, that have bad intentions, the extreme Muslims. And unfortunately in Mindanao, they're there, the Abu Sayyaf, there's certain groups that you don't really hear anything good coming out of them. They make the news because they do bad things, unfortunately. Like this grenade that exploded, they actually caught the one person. The following article here, one of the two suspects who tossed the grenade that blasted on New Year's Day, he was actually killed by police. They tried to arrest him. It's like 40 years old. His name is Hamad Ansa. Resisted arrest. So of course he resisted arrest. They shot him. So he's gone. So the other one, let me see if they caught the other guy. But I'm sure the problem in the area there, it says here also, reiterated the grenade blast that injured could be a retaliation by suspects due to the intensified illegal drug operation in the town of Matalam. See, that's the other thing, you hear stuff like that happening in areas of Mindanao, like drug operation. Because again, it's like here in Calibo, in Aklan Province, Panay Island, I've never heard of like drug operation or a drug, a big drug problem. Because places in Mindanao, a lot of places there are remote. It's areas are like hard for police to get to. Of course, that's where they would like have a lot of drug problems, because you can plant illegal drugs, illegal plants that they make into drugs. So to me, I've never had a desire to go to Mindanao. It's like there's plenty of places in Luzon and Visayas that I want to visit, not on my bucket list. It's not going to hurt my feelings if I never make it to Mindanao. But I do know a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners. This one post right here that they were showing a picture. Remember the guy Elliot Eastman. He got murdered basically October 2024 in Zamboanga. Same thing. This guy posted it, and a lot of people are commenting saying, "Oh, it's safe. I feel safer here in Mindanao and all that." But unfortunately, Mindanao just got that stigma, because it seems like a lot of stuff happens in Mindanao, that things that don't happen here in Visayas or Luzon. But and I know many people, like I said, Bizwax here, he lives in Davao and he feels really safe in Davao. Thanks, Gino. I was informed GI Bill is easy to use, but not Chapter 35. Oh, okay. Pinay Heart, I was told by the VA that some of the Philippine college accept Chapter 35. Bizwax, Pinay Heart. My Google searching this, VA 35 approved schools in the Philippines. Yeah, I've never heard like Pinay Heart. Actually, I've never heard of like any program that the VA education that you can't use in the Philippines. I used it for 4 years. There's people here, I know, like I said, dependents here that use the GI Bill here. So, but I'm not, it's like maybe there's a change, and like I said, things change all the time. Maybe there's a change that I don't know. Thank you, Dan. I'm so worried that I may not use it there. That's giving me hope now. We plan on moving there after my husband finished his degree here using VRE. Yeah, because they have a standard housing here for when you're going to school here. Like for me, when I used my GI Bill, 2012 to 2016, my monthly housing allowance to go to school in the Philippines for 9 months, the time that I went to school, was at the time $1,500. I know it's over 2,000 now. If you're going full time college. If I was going full time college in Calibo now, my housing allowance would be around $2,000. Hello, Gino. Good morning. Hey, there's Michael W. in Masbate Island. Good morning, Michael. JP Kalibu, for completing my first week in the PI and accomplishing all my goals. I earned a massage. Hey, man, get your massage. Huh? Get your massage. You gotta let me know where you get your massage, JP. I actually haven't had a good massage in Kalibo for a while now. The one that we used to go, it's near the old Chowking. They closed, so I haven't found a good massage place in Kalibo. I know Ruben goes to. There's a place that Ruben goes every week, near Pastrana, but I always wait now to get my massage in Boracay because we found Spa Wars. I like the massage at Spa Wars in Boracay. But if you find a good massage place in Kalibo, let me know, JP. Let me know. Hopefully, I can find one that is open. Oh yeah, they should be open today. Today's what, Sunday. Yeah, it should be open. It's like past the holidays already. Weird. Got audio on my TV, but not on my PC. Hey, Brian, TextFed. All right. My good friend in Galveston County, Texas. Good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Hannah. Hey, Gino. Hey, Hannah. Hello, Hannah. How have you been? I'm good. I'm doing good. Holiday celebrations with the family. We did like karaoke. Just been a fun time, Leanna wasn't in school, so we were able to do like family time. And now we're just waiting on Atiatihan. Atiatihan starts January 11th to the 18th. It's a big festival here in Kalibo. Like I'm 15 minutes away from the festival. And Atiatihan Festival here in the Philippines is the mother of all festivals here. I think it's the best. It's the best grandiose celebration. They have Dinagyang in Iloilo, they got Sinulog in Cebu, but it all started here. This was the very first festival in the Philippines. And what I like about, I've gone to those festivals too, but what I like about Kalibo Festival is audience participation. It's like when you go to Dinagyang, Iloilo, or Sinulog, they got places where you watch it. They got bleachers, you sit on the bleachers, and you watch the parade. You watch the parades, the marching bands. Here in Kalibo, you can join the band. The guys drumming, you'll see me, man. I'll be filming right next to like the guys playing their music, the guys dancing. I can get up on front of them. I can be dancing with them. It's allowed. Lots of drinking. I don't drink alcohol, but lots of drinking. Drinking starts at, it's kind of like the Mardi Gras of the Philippines. Drinking starts at 8 a.m. all the way to like midnight. The parades, non-stop parades. There are different types of parades. Gigante parade, just a festival, concerts, a lot of the local celebrities in the Philippines. For many years, a lot of politicians, a lot of like celebrities, rock groups, a lot of famous singers. I wouldn't be surprised, Fortune, if that guy Elias, he was here for opening salvo back in October. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back. So a lot of performers come, a lot of concerts happening in, just a fun time in Kalibo. Pinay Heart, I'd rather use the benefits in the PH. I needed to hire nanny first, Ella. That's easy in the Philippines, Pinay Heart. A nanny in the Philippines will run you, here in the province anyway, if you need a nanny here, 10,000 pesos, $180 a month for a live-in nanny. You would have to provide housing. You would have to have like a house or apartment for your nanny to sleep in. But about 10,000 is the going rate here in the province, $180 a month. And you have to give the nanny, usually like a day off, like a Sunday day off. But you got a nanny 24/7 here. That's why people here are spoiled, Pinay Heart. I have a friend here. He's got 2 young kids, 2 toddlers, like 2 and 4 years old. He got 2 nannies. He's got a nanny for each kid, man. Wow, that's a lot in the PH. Glad to know, Gino. Oh, no, I know, man. You got the going rate for me. I remember when I went to school, the housing for overseas, if you go to school overseas at the time, I haven't checked in a while, but it's the pay for an E5 in the Air Force. E5 as a staff sergeant. So whatever the pay for an E5 with dependents housing in the U.S. That's what and it doesn't matter if you went to school in China, whatever country you go to school, Philippines, Canada, Australia, it's the same rate for overseas. Basically, the housing allowance is the same for if you go overseas. That's why here in the Philippines, man, I was going to STI College Calibo for 4 years. My housing allowance was $1,500. My rent was $120. So I was pocketing, like a lot of money. Yeah, I was pocketing $1,300 a month just going to school here. That's why a lot of people go to school here in the Philippines with their GI Bill. Dexter, Gino, what was your job in the Air Force? I was a medical administrative specialist. Anything to do with medical administration in the hospital. I worked in supply. I worked in finance. I worked in the ward, like OB/GYN ward. I worked with babies before, admissions and disposition, TRICARE, you name it. Anything to do with the medical administration. Then my last job, I worked in medical readiness. I was a master sergeant already, so they trusted me with more sensitive information, like the secret squirrel information. I did 20 years as well, where I was in supply. Oh, no, I did a little bit of medical supply. So C2, facility management. I also worked facility management. I just did a variety of jobs, because that's how the military is. They put you at different jobs from base to base. And even when you're stationed at one location, you don't stick with one job. They rotate you. That way you learn as much as you can while you're active duty. Retired in 2019. All right. Thank you for your service. I retired in 2004. So I was a little bit ahead of you, like 15 years ahead of you. Good AM, Michael W. Good AM, Hannah. Hi, Fortune. I'm getting my first... Oh, Pony. Wow, Pony called. I get to break. Oh, that is awesome, man. That's so cool. I bet that's that's a great experience. I've never experienced that or never knew anybody. You're the first I've heard for a cult, a pony, man. That's so cool. 2018 was in Indonesia. I think heavy tourism from Australia sparked a lot of attacks from radical Islam. I don't think that they like the company. Oh, okay, Beluis. And see, that's the thing, that's why I mentioned with Mindanao. I have nothing against the Muslim. There's Muslims in Boracay. A lot of the vendors in Boracay are Muslim. They seem to be good people, but unfortunately, with Muslims in Mindanao, it seems like there's always the real minute group of radicals, the extremists, the Abu Sayyaf, that want to kidnap you and then cut off your head, Unfortunately, they got that there, So I kind of it's not one of my bucket list of places to visit, I know nobody's been kidnapped that I know of for many, many years. I think most of the kidnappings happened in the 1980s, but look at Elliot, look at Elliot Eastman, that happened in 2000, 2 years ago, what happened to Elliot Eastman. I know he did a lot of crazy things, probably not advisable to do, but still, that happened to him in Zamboanga. Were you deployed to Vietnam? No, I never deployed to Vietnam. Sure, Elias. I'm sure. I know Kulas, 100%. I know Kulas will be here for... Kulas is a Becoming Filipino, the vlogger Becoming Filipino. Because I know Kulas is really good friends with the mayor of Calibo. I even saw them play pickleball together. They're always hanging out. So I know Kulas will be here for for Atiatian. And he's been here every single time. Last year's Atiatian, opening salvo. So I'm sure he's going to be headed here again. And Elias, because Elias is kind of like the hottest performer right now here in the Philippines. Atiatian is very popular. I'm pretty sure of Elias. I know he will be there. I guaranteed, right? Because he's so pop. Usually, whoever's the really popular performer here in the Philippines, they go to Atiatihan, and it's gonna be thousands of people watching him, for sure. Because, and especially now, the mayor of Calibo, the mayor of Calibo, he's a younger gentleman. He don't look like he's even 40. So he likes like the modern, like he's not like the older politicians in their 60s. They're more traditional. He does a lot of things that are like for the young people. So I'm sure it's gonna be a great Atiatian again. I hope someday. Ooh, all right, it skipped. Let me see. I can join the celebration and brought my family there. Oh yeah, sure, Pinay. I mean, it's gonna keep going on. So if ever the time comes, you come to the Philippines, and if you're here in Calibo, I'll entertain you for sure. It's like we'll show you around Calibo for sure. How did you know my wife and I still hear the drums? the drum. Sometimes when I don't know if it's me or I can. It's in my head or something because I'm the same way, man. Right now they're practicing, right? Because at the end it's a week away, so they're practicing at the plaza here in the neighbor. I mean, everywhere you go in Aklan province, it seems like they're practicing the beats, the drum beats at the end. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm laying in bed, I'm like, am I hearing things? Am I hearing things? Bang in our ears. But I always have earplugs. I have them ready. I bought like a new pack too. I bought a new pack of earplugs. I always wear earplugs, and they sell them. They sell the earplugs at the Gran Gaisano on the second floor, the Japanese store, the Japanese home center. They have earplugs there. Yeah, I got earplugs, man. There's no way I could do the Atiatian without the earplugs. It's on the way. Yes, Atiatian is on the way. They already have the banners of Atiatian. They're practicing at the plaza every night now. If you go to Pastrana Park, all the bands are practicing around the park. Usually starts about 8 p.m. They're practicing already. I've always been around horses. I'm glad. That's so cool, man. That's so cool, Hannah. Welcome, Jay Dexter. All right, level 1. Thank you for joining, Jay Dexter. Appreciate it. Appreciate that for joining the membership. All right, I did hit the topic a little bit about Mindanao. I just saw this post. That's why people on this post, they asked, let's talk about it. Is there any other locations to stay out of? That's the topic. And they showed a picture of Elliot Eastman, and then different people commented. And I can tell, there's people that live in Mindanao. Of course, they're defending Mindanao. And like I said, I'm not against Mindanao. It's just that, to me, I just, prefer Visayas and Luzon because some of the things that they seem like that keeps happening in that area, I just never hear of happening here in Visayas. It's definitely not happening here in Panay Island. JP, hit the like, please. All right, thank you, JP. And I was just trying to see if there's any other place that they listed here. Most of the places that they keep listing, Zamboanga, Marawi, and then they list that Cotabato. I guess they're having issues with like a drug war. See, I never hear about that stuff here. In Panay Island, I've never heard of like a drug war here between factions or drugs, period. It's like, I've never heard, once in a while in Calibo, they will do what's called here in the Philippines, buy bust, where I guess the cops will sell you drugs, and if you buy it, they got you, kind of like entrapment, really. But hey, it's like, what they'll do on the buy bus, when they catch you here in Calibo, they'll like put your face on Facebook, and then they handcuff you and everything. All that information is going to be posted on Facebook. They embarrass you, really. It's like you're, I guess, caught in the act. So they'll show your face, they'll show you're in jail. Sometimes it's like one marijuana joint. That's the only, you got busted for one. But they make a big deal. Marijuana is not legal in the Philippines. You do not want to get caught with marijuana. I remember last year there was a guy at Atiatihan, like I said. They blocked the entrance to Atiatihan, the roads going to the festival area. So there's an entrance you have to enter the entrance, and they would check your bags for anything sharp, even a ball pen, even a pencil. They'll confiscate it from you. And this one guy last year, I remember, they caught him. He had marijuana, like one joint on his fanny pack or whatever. He was overseas Filipino, a seaman. They arrested him right on the spot. They handcuffed him right there, put him in jail. I saw his picture on Facebook. I was like, man, to me, not even worth that. Why would you put yourself in that situation? But it's marijuana not legal in the Philippines. You can't, maybe I think Thailand, legalized it, but here in the Philippines, if you're a marijuana smoker, if you like marijuana, this is not the place for you. You don't want to be caught with marijuana. They treat marijuana here like it's morphine or cocaine or something. It's you'll get in big trouble here. Any drugs here. Not the place to be. The Philippines. If you are into drugs, nothing but trouble will come your way if you're buying drugs or be near drugs, period. All right, I think that's about all the topic I covered today. I hope everybody has a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining the live stream today. I really appreciate everybody's time. Good thing, man. Don't do drugs. I remember back in the day. Remember there was that in school. I remember in the school in the United States, don't do drugs. There was a big when I was in school in Long Beach, California. There was a big promotion. Don't do drugs. Pinay Heart. Thank you, Gino, and everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Pinay Heart. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, Gino. Have a great day. Thank you, Paul. Great show. Thank you, Balloons. Appreciate it. Prescription's okay, as long as you got prescription for it, no issues. If it's a bottle of prescription meds, no problem. As long as a doctor prescribed you the prescription. It's all the illegal stuff that people be taking. I don't know much about it, what they do. I hear drugs here in the Philippines, mostly. A lot of times you hear it like in the bigger cities here, there's a drug problem here, but I don't see it here. I don't see a drug problem here in Calibo or Aklan province. I don't think it's a big thing here. You just don't see it. There's no manufacturing, nothing big, Most of the stuff that I'm seeing in the news here happens in the cities. Have a good day, Bizwax. Don't go. Hannah says, don't go. Yeah, they say that at school, but it doesn't work unless, I know, unfortunately, right? I remember that. Even in high school, I remember when I was in Long Beach, don't do drugs. But, when I was at Long Beach, I saw a lot of stuff going on, during high school. A lot of even drinking underage, when I was going to school in California. It is what it is. All right. Take care, everyone. I'm going to end the live stream here. Again, thank you for your continued support. Have a good day. Take care, everyone.